everyone, welcome to the Russian Manicure. We are actually doing extensions today. Are we doing extensions today? No?
Yeah.
Okay, we are. We are doing extensions today. And let's see what we're gonna get. I still don't know. I don't have no idea, but we'll figure it out later on. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. If no, just thank you so much for coming and watching. Hey Mark, how are you? How are you guys? How's everything? Good. I got a new person today, so we started from the beginning. We're doing extensions, and yeah, you hear Montana in the back like usually. He's not feeling well today. This boy's stressing me out. So I'm trying to keep him like all day long with me while I'm working. So I don't know what to do. Poor Montana, yep. Hello to the new person. My subscriber saying hello to you. You can do louder because the machine is gonna go right now.
Always care about me. Number 2, you always love me. Number 3, you always cheer me up when I'm sad. Number 4, when I get hurt, you always make sure I'm okay, in all caps. Number 5, when I mess up something, you always fix it. Thank you. Number 6, when I fall,
It's hard for me to even remember, honestly, because it's just so different now. I miss my sister so much.
What happened to the sister?
Yeah, now I'm like,
I
it's
still
called
love
Dancing with the
dance.
Devil, I think.
Oh my god, what are we watching today?
some crime documentary.
Oh my god, okay. I see. Hello from UK. Hello, UK. Hello from New Jersey.
Out of this one because I have one more. Number 11, Melanie, you fill my heart every day. Please don't let
social media, for me, it was new. Man, I can do this and get money from all that. I want to do this. But you have to do a lot of work.
You have to be cast, crew, makeup, director, editor, like you have to do all of it. But with Isaiah and his crew, they didn't have to wear all that.
Everybody wants to take responsibility and all that stuff. I mean, this is where I thought I was getting grandiose, but I just couldn't like keep up. I didn't know anything, so I was like, I just like keep up all kind of stuff.
Overwhelming, trying to go back and forth on email to get simple instructions. I just want to create.
One day, we came back to Isaiah's house. We were all supposed to tell everybody how he was struggling to get a brand deal. His old management wasn't getting no response from him. So then that's when Robert was just looking around and he's asking, like, how many balls you got? How long did you get it for? And I was like, oh, no, this is balls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah. He was like, you know what? Let's find a management company. We're gonna call it Cinema. Add details, add menu. He was like, okay, let's add details to it. I'm looking at him, I'm like, oh, what is it? Okay, I'm like, oh, maybe two.
I was hungry for like getting back to community.
I was like, I'm gonna go do that. Okay, it sounds great.
I would talk to Miranda at the end of the night, like, hey, what you doing today? How's everything going? She said, oh, I've been at Isaiah's house with James, having dinners and reading the Bible. We didn't grow up very religious. We grew up Catholic, but it wasn't on a regular basis. Then we found out.
So I missed what happened.
Oh, so right now they're talking about I guess
That's kind of weird.
one of her friends, so one of her boyfriend's friends,
A management company
got into like this church group with this random guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then got his friends, which then got her into that
Mm.
church.
I was invited
So
to
now I
Robert's
guess that's
house
the
for
beginning
dinner.
of the cult.
Yeah.
It's just it's a regular church group. We do
At
Bible
that time,
studies or
Miranda
whatever.
was in. Like, she was committed.
Yeah, now she was.
She
committed
did
to
tell
church
me
group.
that they read the Bible at dinner and they kind of go around and share different experiences and whatnot. Kim was like, we're gonna go to dinner already? Okay, cool. But we realized, like, okay, this is gonna be okay.
Too perfect.
Yeah.
Too good to be
So
true.
then after we sat down to dinner, Robert asked if I would consider myself a sinner. And I don't think so. And he's like, what if I told you that you have already sinned, let's say 1,000 times today? And I had no idea what to say. I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, well,
Yeah, what did I do? How do you know what I did?
right now you can go to hell.
I mean, okay, if like cursing, maybe
Yeah.
getting mad, you know, it's like.
So then we all. And held hands.
Sounds like a cult.
And just kind of had his hands on my head. And everyone was kind of speaking tongues.
That doesn't look like my church.
No, yeah.
There, her boyfriend's there, all of these dancers that I have looked up
Oh,
to.
there
are
was
there, so I'm like,
dancers.
okay, maybe this is a thing.
At that time, I wanted to be close to God again because I grew up in a Christian home. So I was just more like, okay, what is this about?
Welcome to the unseen world.
The whole hand. If it's burned, take it out. Yeah,
But
don't.
once I moved to LA,
Because like
I
you
didn't
see
really
how
have
like
as much
damaged
visibility
the red
on
part.
dancing
So
and
Could be
career.
sensitive.
yeah.
So when this popped up, it felt
Mhm.
like this was
Yeah.
the right place to be.
Forget about who you are, what you haven't done, and what you can't do. You know and I know it. Okay, forget about that person.
I always loved church. I don't know why. I just thought it was dope. You know what I mean? I needed spiritual guidance. And Robert could do that.
How the
And then
curical
he also
sense?
handled the business side.
No, not the curical sensitive. If you can see,
Yes, we were in church. Yes, we were talking about God, but like our day to day was like
sorry, I
making
don't know why it's
content
not
and, like,
focusing.
hanging out with each other.
So basically, she was getting the acrylics done, and when the lady take off all the polishes,
Miranda and I had always
she kind of, if you see like those red parts in there, so it was the nail damaging. That's why right now the nail bed is sensitive under the
You just
UV.
said Melanie Wilking instead of Melanie. Praise the Lord. Sister Miranda was connected to James.
James has always been very religious, and Robert became very involved in James's life. Miranda naturally joined this church so that she could
Does make it harder
be
to
with
apply the gel.
James.
Not for me, for the person who's sitting behind the table. Have to be patient right now because it hurts.
Something doesn't
When
feel
in the
right.
Russian Manicure, we're trying to do everything kind of like a safer and naturally, so to make sure we're not damaging the nails and the person does not hurt. Like she cannot even put it in the lamp for 2 seconds. She has to take it out because it's burning.
Somebody talking about spirit.
So we are also sorry for you.
To talk about to a artist. Pray. Pray.
A lot of young men and women travel to LA with their big dream of being like on stage and like just get wrapped up in a lot of things that like aren't fair for them. They don't get paid enough, they get overworked, people overlook them. There's little opportunity and a lot of answers. They're seeing Robert's house.
Will curical oil help her nail bed? No, nothing will help until she's gonna grow them down. So basically, it's the only thing. The cuticle oil is just to kind of support the look of it, but for the nail bed, nothing, nothing we can do.
We can give you finances, management, all this stuff.
You know, Robert was like, well, I actually have like 2 empty bedrooms in a home in Sunland that you guys can occupy for $2,200 a month. It was like a really great house. There was a lot of space. We have 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, so it kind of felt like we had our own little wing in the house.
Was it
And
hard
there were 2
learning
music
all this
studios,
nail stuff, or like,
all the equipment.
did you always like it?
I always like it, but it was hard in the beginning because it
Most of the time we're just
10 years ago it wasn't such like a classes or courses you had to learn by yourself, but now obviously like so much easier because you have so much access to different classes, so much more.
So you have to be invited to services. You can't just go.
One
Even though you
second.
know they're Wednesdays
Using
and Sundays,
acrylic
you
as a
can't just show
scene
up.
since
So I
we're
didn't
on the
get
topic.
any So
Yes.
Miranda
No, it's not. A little bit more damaging to
Then
the
I get a
nail
phone
bed.
call from Chloe, Robert's daughter, on Sunday. I picked up and she's like, hey, you know, I just talked to the pastor and he really needs you to hear his word today. And what are the chances you can have your friend Uber to the airport? You come here right now. And I just remember thinking like, no, I'm not doing that. Like
Poor
I've gone
alcohol.
to, you know, different churches growing up, and no one is ever like, you have to be here now. After Chloe did that, I made up my mind that I was never going back. This is not for me.
All of us were just doing videos, you know. Like normal content day, everybody come to Robert's house and we'll just shoot content, just shoot a few videos, whatever you want.
Okay, a question. Is it a length you want or you want them longer?
oh no, that's good.
It's good, something like that?
Yeah.
And we're just gonna go almond.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like when we started doing videos and the suits. He did pick the song. At first, we were questioning, like, dang, this song trash. Like, I can't get off to this, bro. But we would do it anyway.
I pick top 10 songs of every year and then dance that. We want top song. That
Inside?
is a sound from heaven.
Just
The whole hand, just about the whole hand.
We got
That's
a
good
lot of
for
attention
the
off of it.
back scratches. It is good for the back scratches.
The stars now.
Or to
song.
pet your cat.
Yeah.
It was a genius idea to dance to old school music at a time where nobody was doing it. Whatever word that man God gives to you is like it's blessed by God. So when he throw a song, we try to just believe like, okay, that song he said we dance to is gonna have the biggest blessing ever.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Yeah. I earned
That's
my
it.
paycheck as a producer.
With 7M, it's a 20% management fee, which is pretty normal. And then like the church would encourage giving 10% tithe, which is in the Bible, 10% man of God, and then 10% offering.
Every time God told me to give, don't tell me to give when you wanted to give me something. And then he started blessing you.
We were seeing blessings. And I'm like, guys, it's working.
Aubrey's Toyota commercial went live today. Hallelujah.
Most of the time we would just do what he said because we felt like he knew what's best.
I can take your financial from here to there. Yeah. Thank you, Jesus. I said, thank you, Jesus.
When you are a person that
Jacqueline,
have
what's
never
wrong?
seen those numbers and you start getting those numbers and nothing else matters.
The more involved she got with the church, the more distant she became from us.
She was gone all the time, and I wouldn't know where she was. We shared a car, so I would get frustrated too, because I'm like, you're gone all day, and now I'm just stuck at the house. I don't know where you are or what you're doing.
All these months in very little contact, not even a like, not even a message back for days.
And we never had that before. We were very transparent about what was going on.
And we knew from bank records that she was pretty money. Thousands
The
and
gel would
thousands of
fix
dollars of transactions
my rocket
being
ship.
moved.
Yeah, for sure.
Something very wrong.
This gel would fix anything.
When all this was happening, my dad passes away, and we have the funeral coming up. We get a phone call from Miranda, and she's like, I just wanted to let you know that I just took a COVID test, and I'm positive, or something like that. And I'm like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah. I just cut her off. I'm like, are you trying to tell me you're not getting on the plane like you've got COVID?
30 minutes before we're leaving for the airport, she says she's not coming home, just out of the blue.
And so then Miranda hung up on us.
I'm like, well, there's no choice. Like, we have to get to the funeral. What are we gonna do? Let's figure this out, because you have to get home somehow, even if you like wait a couple days. And she was like, no, I just can't go. I just can't go. How are you not coming to your grandmother or coming back to your life?
Please don't regret it. Like, you're gonna regret this in your life.
It was so strange to us, and I straight up said, like, this has nothing to do with COVID, that's it. And she just started bawling.
Melanie called us and said, should I come home? What do I? And we're like, just get on the plane, come home.
I'm on a plane now alone and have no idea where she is, what's going on.
We called Miranda, no answer. Texted Miranda, no answer.
Call James.
Called James. I mean, so this was over hours, and then all of a sudden it occurred to us, we're like, do you think Miranda's okay? So we called the police.
They're not upset, but they're definitely concerned. My understanding of this is that I guess you were supposed to go to Michigan today.
Yes. So I just chose not to go home just out of my own grieving purposes, and they're not taking it very well at all.
They called us back and they said, we found her.
So we went in the house, and everything looks totally fine.
He said, I talked with Miranda, she was very well spoken. And he said, yeah, she was with her friend. And we're like, what friend? He described her, and we're like, oh my gosh, it's Chloe, the pastor's daughter.
We flew to California. We found her at the condo. We tried to get to talk to her, and she wanted to leave. And she kept saying, I have to go, I have to go.
Literally, she's like, I don't know, I'll see if I'll come to the funeral, I'll see. And we were like, who do you have to ask?
She said, I need to ask someone closer to God than you. And that triggered in my head, she's gone.
Grandpa's funeral.
I said, Melanie, she's gone. We had Melanie on the phone. She goes, if you let her go, she's not coming back. So I got holding the car door up, and she's trying to pull it down, and I never touched her, but just the physical of that, seeing her face like, just let me go, was like, am I hurting you? I'm losing you. So finally I gave up, right?
I was with her that day, and so I saw Miranda going through like so much pain, leaving her sister and her family because she was nonstop crying, and she was so beat down, even though she wanted to be like with James and with Shekinah. She was hurt and she was broken from leaving her family. Deep down, that like Miranda did want that, but she was dying to herself.
Die to yourself. Die to yourself means that whatever you want or whatever you need, die to it. Because whenever you die to something, it'll come back to life and resurrect.
When God said love one another, love your family, love etc., it doesn't mean love with your human love, it's love with God kind of love. Different kind of love. You're not Jesus' disciple until you die to your loved ones.
And one of the main things we were learning is that you have to die to your family in order to save them. And by save them, I mean like them going to heaven one day, even if they don't go to church all the time. You need to die to them. That way, at least you can follow your walk with God. And if you get into heaven, they're going to come with you.
As a believer, you want to hear that type of stuff. You like, shh, of course I want to get to heaven. What do I have to do?
Go ahead.
Like, cut off your family because you need to work on yourself. And the goal is not to keep them cut off. The goal is to eventually reach back out and get them to, like, follow God and love God the way that you do.
I stopped talking to my mom.
No,
She told me straight up, something don't feel right about
he
this.
stopped talking to his family too.
My mom, my Nana, and my Papa. Those are the ones that built me to who I am today. Just turn around and walk the other way. That's hard.
The Bible says love your parents.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how to translate because I'm reading it in Russian, so, but it definitely doesn't say walk away from your parents, like.
And
Definitely.
when he said it, I was like, okay, how do you do that? I never got an answer. I couldn't do it. It's like they didn't care if we never seen our family again.
Bury yourself. Get rid of yourself. And anybody and anything that reminds you of yourself, you gotta die to. So when you die to something, the new nature is born.
That's how we found out. We get a phone call. Right? It's not, we just found out through social media. They're getting married.
She got married. That's something that I wish I was there for.
She got married?
Her boyfriend now.
We had expectation that we were going to be each other's new honor.
To this day, I still don't know when she actually got married or received or how it all happened. And it's like, literally getting
So keep your family away, but boyfriend is okay.
Yeah.
Husband.
Boyfriend that you're in a cult with. Totally fine.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Everybody in the cult. Somebody in the cult even has a kid He had to walk away from him too, like a baby.
Well,
She said it was happening to her daughter, it was happening to us. When we said, okay, I'm gonna go into LA, I don't say, go spread your wings, fly, people call her, we gotta get, hey, I'm doing this, it's so cool.
And the feeling that they get pregnant is probably scarier than us. And he needs to get pregnant and have a
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Hold on. I know it's been a minute, but it's good to be back.
So we were text, and then he was like, I'm just too busy right now.
two of those and let me know.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay. Natural.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Fine.
Looking.
Feeling better.
Back and forth, but nothing sounded like her. Sentences were structured not how she would have, words that I know she's never used. It just didn't sound like her.
No happy Mother's Day, no happy Father's Day, no birthday condolences, nothing to wish her happy birthday, nothing at all.
I waited a couple months to see if she would come back around, and she missed me so much, and we would skip off to the sunset. Literally, she was back there. We were both like in shock. We hadn't seen each other in so long. That was the first time I'd seen her with her haircut.
So where they met?
Sorry?
Where they met right now? She came back home? No?
No, she texted them. It was just not sounding like her back home. To like leave her alone. So they tried to get like police there, and the police were like, "Oh, she's fine. Like she seems totally fine. She's not coming to the. She said she wasn't going to the funeral because she's grieving in a way. She doesn't want to be there." I forgot what state they're in, but she's in LA.
When I sat down with her, and I said, "Is everything okay?" And she said, "Well, what did I say? Listen." So I tried to say to her, "Mom, I'm so sorry. Maybe there's just a lot of things that you've been holding inside that you never is that it? I don't know." And she walked out on me. And you raised me in the moment. And all of a sudden to see the shell of your daughter, there's just like her eyes were glazed over. There was no expressions on her face. She talked. But I always felt like she didn't love us or something.
It was literally like trying to make it seem like we're okay. Trying to post full videos. And then people are commenting like, hey, you guys promised December. And me just trying my hardest. But then when I meet up with people to do dance videos and collaborate, they ask about her, and I just say, oh, she used to think it's, or she's sick. So then I noticed that Miranda and I have not been with us together lately. I mean, it's a lot that did that. That's so it's not all of that. So I just let them know that Miranda has chosen to just be cooperative with me.
You know what happens a lot actually? Like the skin. Well, I don't have any more to show you. But I guess from like under the nail bed, like comes up, and then it gets sensitive. Do you know why that happens?
Well,
It would just happen like randomly.
sometimes it happens, let's say it's too long of the nail and you cut something, right? It gets separated.
And then
So because when, again, it's not a natural nail, right? When we're growing the natural nail, our body is so smart and the body is growing skin together with the nail to support the length of the nails. But when the nails is short like that, right? Now we extend it like fakely, right?
Yeah.
So the skin is not gonna grow on the fake nail, it's gonna grow on the actual nail. So that's why it's much better to have a natural land, you know, to skin supporting this land together. So you're gonna see how your actually nail bed is gonna be like a little bit longer because it's gonna grow together with the skin. So, but when you're cutting it back off, it's like a turtle is like coming back off.
Yeah.
Also. It's like backing up.
So I keep calling the kids, so I'm just commenting on, you know, a post. And within minutes, the comment was deleted. I was blocked. My parents were
She blocked everybody on social media now.
Wow. But she still has social media?
Yeah. That's how they found out she got married. She changed her name on social media.
Nice way to find out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, congratulations on this.
And I just remember my parents, they were like, I think we need to say something. We are alive. We have not gone to destroy the drama. We've not gone to
Okay,
talk
look.
about this because we don't know if she's going to get punished because of what we're doing.
So cute.
The comfortable, nothing is bothering you like under or on the sides.
No, it's perfect.
Okay. Come. Yeah.
And she is our pride and joy. But we have two.
What are you doing?
We don't just have one. And we'll not fuck this up like it's
Broken
Always has a
nails.
broken
Yeah. Mother.
Every time.
I'll forgive her. Let me give her those.
She'll cry sometimes because of how much she misses her family, and when she sees them in town on social media, she will even say to me sometimes like, I do want to see them, but not saying to them yet. Miranda was upset, she was sad, she really missed them, she does love them, but she's being brainwashed.
Anyone that touches the anointing will suffer harm.
The whole carpet and the cookies and everyone. She's like, it's your fault. You asked me to come with the daughter. I'm like, okay. So sometimes when the people coming with kids, and you know, kids is like drawing everything on the
Yeah.
carpet, and Montana is like walking around and eating.
I'll take
Yeah.
that. I'll take that.
He's like, yep.
Miranda said she wanted to see.
Can you have the lens? Thank you.
We sat down and she said, is it okay if I videotape our conversation? And I said, no. Dave asked us to take down anything off social media that had to do with her because they wanted to start fresh. They wanted to everything start. Yeah, she was like, well, we want to do more than that. Because we were like, let's just start right now. And they said, okay, we're going to take it down now. And then I left. I said, I ended it now. I'm not taking anything down. I'm not doing this. This conversation is over.
The next time compared to when we were in the beginning, it's a totally different talk. Like a totally different atmosphere.
We got photos for this to talk about how her name, everything you're saying, you're wrong.
This is just a church, and it's just for 799. Miranda chose to use the family. He's obviously moving. He's hiring for like a 4-hour service.
So it's like anything in services, like everything is more strict.
That's why I have to sign NDA so that you don't kill us.
NDAs in service? Why am I signing an NDA? You don't have no conflict over everybody's in church. So I'm like, what? No, sign it. Slip it out. I didn't sign it. That doesn't make sense. And what are you hiding?
All of a sudden, there are social media platforms that video and exposing things and documents, what happens. Everybody's doing a little bit more information about this leader. And then we heard things with us. Private and these with the pastors. Of course, those parents that are remember was Miranda was private news. All the dangers were really separated from the people that have been there for 30 years. And so now this is the first time that we were hearing how people are actually treated in Chicago. And that for me was like a big turning point because I realized I could be
Can I have the hand?
And then that's when you
Thank you.
leave.
Oh, 1 second, sorry, one more.
Mm-hmm. Something that happened to them. The next person is just considering something similar happened to them. And they were killing them.
We all come into a realization that we all freelancers. We do stuff.
And it was not like just the difference was okay, well, we were treated like that. I can't let me see that.
And this is about time to say everybody.
So the family came to the same church and pretended they want to be in the same church, or what happened?
Yeah, to try to see her, and then she put, I guess, I think it was her family, like, on live,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of just, like, shunned them. It's like, no, these people, not my family. Okay.
Not afraid. Not sit up. With clarity, with the silence of your voice, and then everything. Everybody knows us. And they're all gonna know how we overcame all of this. God love you.
Okay, marker.
A friend messaged me to the weekend video. And I watched it. And I was very confused. Because I didn't know they were talking about Martha until the end. And even then I didn't know it. And I had to like dig. I started looking at all the Instagram accounts. I was terrified. That was me for 10 years in China. Everything was running out. And I was like, no fucking way. She's still alive.
Okay. What base coat do you want?
I guess the pink.
Pink or more naturally nude? I'll show you.
I was like, never been asked that before.
Okay.
Miranda never had very rebellious tendencies. I just wanted to
answer a couple questions that some of you guys had.
Basically.
So one of the questions is, are you okay? I am great.
She even mentioned that to my mom. Just take this as like my rebellious stage.
So
Cult?
I'll show you.
Not a cult. I'm
This
in
is
a
like a
house.
more
Miranda's
natural,
almost
like a skin tone.
And it's like,
Or
she's so brainwashed.
we can go
Wisdom will save you from evil
something
people.
natural but on a pink side,
I
or
have Miranda reading from the Bible.
something
It was
natural
so
but like you mentioned
not
pink, which is gonna
wrong.
have like some pink
My
color on
children,
it.
listen when your father
So-
corrects you. Pay attention and learn good
Definitely
judgment.
not this one. I like this one.
I don't know who this person is.
It's not her. Things are getting weird. We were concerned about her,
So we flew to California.
But we didn't know where she lived.
So we went searching for her.
We are going to see Miranda.
Yeah, I
On
guess
social
I think
media,
that
we were
would
able to look at
One
the
more.
background
Oh, there's
places
more.
they were in.
be. Okay.
I mean, it's
So
like
on
a
TikTok, they had
20 more, but just it's kind of like the main colors, you
we're
know.
like, let's look up these water towers.
Do you think which one's the most natural?
I think this is gonna be like kind of like almost clearish, you know.
So we just went up
So-
I like
Okay.
that one.
We were on the streets, like looking at the mountain range, and how far away was it in the video? We go back.
So she's still dancing, like
Reno dancing around the corner. He was in the street.
Still doing like
Yeah.
social media, and God and the cult just had to leave her family. Just so crazy. I find it so crazy how people would just be like, oh yeah, you should join this group. They're really cool, da 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 da. And then like, oh yeah, these people, you need to leave your family. Okay, yes, you got it. Totally right. I'm gonna do it. Like, I just don't understand.
In show business, they say any publicity is a good publicity.
And of course it's LA, so it's like,
Start and when nobody
of course there's a
talks
cult.
about you, people get worried because you're not in the news. Well, we're in the news. We're really in the news.
When the Wilkins video came out, that's when it all started. Like, oh, stuff is happening fast.
Is that like builder
Robert
gel?
say,
Mhm.
don't look at everything and don't believe everything that you hear or see.
Articles
We
started
call it
coming
hard
out, and I
gel.
started like
But
wading
yeah,
more
the
into
same
it
thing.
too.
Let me dig in this thing, because there's no way these articles are saying the same thing over and over again. Like, there's no way.
We were just kind of like on alert. Like I kind of don't know what to believe right now.
We have now attention from media. We're on Hollywood Reporter, New York Post, Daily Beast. We're on Rolling Stone.
I first heard about 7M when Miranda Wilkins' family went live on Instagram. And there was this flurry of output after it. There were these sleuth accounts popping up, bringing allegations that these dancers were not in control of their finances, that they were being told to donate huge portions of their income. Of course, you have to approach it with healthy suspicion at first. I started by DMing the dancers, but none of the dancers replied to me. So I started trying to reach people who I saw in the comment section. Former members were saying people suffered in his church for decades compared to this management company.
This is not just the Wilking family. Apparently this has happened before within this community.
And from what we've heard from former members, it started out fairly innocuous. But the control slowly grew.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's so funny, his head is up and he was just
It's
like,
been 11 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yep.
slowly went down.
11 years, and I don't think I've ever unpacked it to this point. I've healed by leaving my past behind. I've been focused on moving on and creating a life that I've always wanted. I have a family now that I love and loves me back. I I was having less nightmares about my past, and I was making progress until all this started coming up on social media. I honestly thought I never had to talk about it again.
Be careful, watch your step.
For a while, I didn't believe it. But the next question that came to mind is, where's my sister?
Even for too long, and I was like,
And he's
that's
running
fine. And then I was like, no,
this
it's
cult
not.
of
No, it's
dancers.
not.
What did he do with all the old members? I'm calling and texting her. Zero response. Where the fuck is my sister?
First John 2:17 says the world is passing away. Yeah. But the one who does the will of God lives forever. Amen.
I spent like 23 years in Shekinah. Sometimes I miss that place because it was too painful.
This is the lady who was there but left.
Accept the truth.
I know, this is like, I guess, another one of the
That was
Members.
family members.
that actually went through that. So what I do is I'll listen to sermon tapes.
Some here may leave Shekinah, but all their roads lead to hell.
Robert was teaching for a long time. If you leave, you're disobeying God and you're gonna be cursed.
As long as I don't have to suffer in hell
So I believe that I'm gonna go to hell.
because they're cursed by it. But do they know that? Of course they know.
Robert instilled in me that my sister is cursed. So I haven't called Melanie. Now I'm confused. It's like, where do I begin?
Even after you leave a place like Shekinah, it's not over. Because it's been way too long. And I think certain damages can't be undone. We only really had each other growing up. We grew up in Korea. My mom struggled with alcoholism, and my parents divorced.
My dad had left, like he just disappeared. So we moved here with my mom to America. She always work at night. And she'd sleep during the day. But she'd come home and then she'd drink. And my mom had a gambling addiction.
My sister was my caretaker. She really shielded me from a lot of it.
My mom was never home. It started with like she'd be gone for like a month.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah. Whoa.
No call, nothing. She's just gone.
In the midst of all that, I was really lonely, so I started going to China because, I mean, it was just like a lot of hope.
Oh, and that's the girl who like went through it.
Mm-hmm.
My sister didn't let me make friends at school because she thought I was gonna get into drugs. So I started going first. Historically, Korean immigrants go to church, not only because they were Christians, but because it was a place of community. It was like where you eat Korean food. It's where you help each other and support each other. When you enter a church like that, you're automatically accepted. I was really longing for that.
This is Melanie. How's your dad? How did Melanie die?
You meet your best friends, you fall in love, you marry people within your church. It becomes this very cliquey environment where you just only end up hanging out with the people from your church. But I was allowed to have one friend from school.
Mel was always quiet. She seemed kind of like a mystery to me, like something else was going on. I knew her life was strict and that her parents weren't around. I don't think her sister thought that she was going to have to be the parent in the situation.
and he would work their asses off. Robert had opened several businesses, a cafe, 2 mortgage companies, 2 real estate companies, 2 flower shops, and all the church people were working these companies. They were getting paid very minimum. They had me work Monday to Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I got paid $100 a week.
What?
When I joined Chicago, I didn't have much money. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a cell phone. So I worked for them. I ran the mortgage company. I did a lot of the work on the real estate company as well. So I worked really hard to be approved. Robert. We were starting to make more money. The mortgage and the real estate company combined brought in over $1 million in commission in 2021.
Oh, you
But
got
I never
nothing.
saw it. I just saw deposits to my bank account, which I wasn't supposed to touch. Hannah had full access to my bank account. She said I had to do that to get right with Robert, which is getting right with God. So I did. She goes, I ordered checks for you, sign all of them. Hannah would write the check, she would deposit it to my bank account, and then she will withdraw it by writing more checks out of my bank account. It will be a check to either the church, check to Robert, check to pay other people's expenses, pay somebody's Home Depot credit card. There will be an allowance. I only had $80 every 2 weeks.
Oh my.
Every.
With us,
Can I
it's
have
about
the picture?
blessings.
The picture.
Just give.
If you want to receive, if you want to reap something big, what do you have to sow?
Yeah.
You have to sow something big. Big sowing, big reaping. Small sowing, small reaping. Your giving has to reflect your receiving desire.
Robert always wanted more.
Welcome to the Millionaires Club.
His message was very money driven, and he was constantly seeking financial gains and status.
Take care of your pastor. Your pastor's wife. Buy her a new dress, or
And Robert was trying to break into Hollywood.
Isn't it so nice?
I'm so sorry. He was calling himself executive producer. He was sending Daniel to go audition for roles.
My daughter is missing, detective.
But that didn't go anywhere. And Chloe was trying to become a singer, but that didn't work. So it makes sense when he found the dancers. He saw almost an opportunity to be like a world famous social media talent manager. And his plan worked.
He would always share whenever someone would get a deal, and he would share the amounts that they were making.
And tomorrow we'll have Vic and Reno appearing on Ellen's show.
we just did a commercial. Toilet paper.
He's doing his butt dance right into the toilet.
You know how much he's getting paid for that? $37,000 in 5 minutes.
And everything going to his pocket.
Yep. That was we spoke about at services, and we wanted to be in that seat because if you weren't, Robert would let you know.
If you didn't do what you're told, he would call you out when he's in the pulpit, call your name and call out everything you've done wrong. Everyone just stares at you. And so then you feel like so small and you feel embarrassed because now nobody's talking to you. They're not even saying hi.
My mind was like constantly battling these things. God's probably not happy with me. My mentor's not happy with me. Obviously, Robert is not happy with me.
It was like if a coach is getting on a player, it's because they're important. That's how I took it. Maybe he sees a great in me. And this is when the mental war comes in. I'm like, dang, I'm not getting rebuked. I don't even know if God who really loves me, bro. I don't know. Kind of being like a little puppy, basically. Like, I don't know, like, what can I do to get better? Or you're kind of like tiptoeing and like using him as like the guidance.
Robert created a system where he's like, you need to fight for my attention.
But man, all I know is when that video came out, it put a spotlight on him. We got the clipper job snatched from our hands.
That's
Now
unbelievable. It's
people
like
are
it's
not
really going on.
because of this stuff.
Oof,
And it's happening in front of everybody, but nobody knows.
that's the
They're just like
worst.
it's a dance group.
Mhm.
The slanders for people, it got worse.
Nail tech flow.
And that's when I see it, I said, this
Oh, you also mail tech. Oh, that's good. Okay.
I'm not here to defend myself. Hell no.
That's really cool, Irina.
You
Thank
gotta learn
you.
how to deal with this.
Oh, this is
Toughen up.
stretchy. It's going on.
You gotta fight through this, or you can leave.
And then, out of nowhere, Daniel leaves.
Daniel left. Chloe left. That's Robert's daughter.
Some people left Chicago Church, Daniel and Chloe, and it's like, who gives a F? Nobody's gonna remember you.
What do we do? Because your right-hand man just bounced on you. Do we believe anything you're saying now?
There's no way that all of these close people to you are leaving and nothing happened. So I'm like, there has to be truth to everything else going on. Everybody can't be lying.
Some dancers were like, okay, this is a turning point for all of us. We need to leave. And if we don't move on this right now, it could get way worse.
And now it's said, I'm gone.
I left 7M because of these damn allegations. It's too many of them. Way too many. Way too many.
I did just see a message about if I am with 7M. So no, I'm not ignoring you. No, I am no longer with 7M.
I'm thinking like, we're all out of here, man. But no. Half of them stayed.
When dancers started to leave, we thought Miranda surely is gonna come out soon. And when that didn't happen, we're like, what is going on?
Why isn't Nick leaving? I do this on a daily basis. I
What?
look for things that I might be able to send to Nick to help him through whatever he's going through.
What?
She's taking pictures of like him and I guess his
Nick
brother
was
when he
such
was
a good
little,
big brother.
and trying to send it to him. Maybe he'll like come back.
Mm.
But yeah, with family.
I try not to be too overwhelming.
This is the mother or?
For him,
Yeah.
almost 6 months. That's when January
He's not
23rd,
texting her back.
everything's green. He may have been blocked. He doesn't call, no text reply. So we fly out here.
Hey, Nick, open the door. Come on, we just want to see you. We just flew 3,000 miles.
We arrived Tuesday, we left the house Tuesday night.
Coming back every single day. Just stay
There was some lights on, I threw little pebbles. Nothing. So we're constantly going
Oh,
back.
we say when you're the actual a nail tech. Yeah. I see.
Randall's parents are here. Again.
We're calling you tonight. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow.
Robert hated this. Immediately, Robert talked about dirty service as an attack. So his strategy changed.
This problem, we handle it all wrong. Instead of cutting families exactly out. You gotta meet with them. You gotta talk to them. It takes diligence to be able to cut your friends and family out in a way that they don't even know that they've cut out. You gotta be undercover.
Honey?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Yeah, so I just got a text from. Hand Express, 12:30. There's the location.
So he's saying, yeah, don't cut them off. Like
So
you
there's
cut them
the
off, they
picture
just
of
like
what
still
he's
meet
saying.
them to pretend.
No matter what's going on, we're here for you.
Right.
If you want to make any changes in your life, you're not posting like you used to. What's happening? Yes. Muhammad won't come to the mountain has to come to Muhammad. Just being able to look at him and touch him, my instincts were telling me that he was being very mistreated.
But we will see him again.
All of a sudden, we get a phone call from Miranda, and she said, I'd like to meet with you tomorrow. And I felt like, there she is. She's here. She has not lost herself. We would try to say things to her about the pastor, about things that we were hearing. And that's when she said, you know, if this is how these meetings are gonna go, like every time I see you, if we're gonna be talking about this, then I'm not gonna wanna meet with you guys anymore.
Yeah.
She was emphatic, I won't see you anymore. So we made the promise not to talk about it, and we haven't talked about it with her since. But I don't know, right now, so far, what we've done, we've got her back in our life.
Now I feel like there's more hope because she is contacting my mom. I have seen her a couple times, but then it's like this cycle goes back around. It's like, okay, and is she gonna leave us again? Am I gonna have to go through all that over again? I just have to take the present moment for what it is and at least be happy that she's in our presence. But I think it's more so for the public. If she has the opportunity, she's gonna post something. And I already have people DMing me on the daily saying, you know, it's so nice to see Miranda's liking your posts again. I'm so glad you guys are back together again. It's not even close to the relationship we had before. I wouldn't even call it a relationship. Any encounter we've had with her, it's so superficial. There's so much that has happened since the last time we were truly together that I want to share with her. Like, I started dating someone who I am madly in love with. And before I told her everything, but now I'm like, nope, you don't get to hear about certain things. I would want to ask her to be my maid of honor, have her be there with me, because that's what I always dreamed of. But right now, I don't trust that she can do that. I
It's a beautiful family.
Genuine, you know, like we're moving forward genuinely and not just for social media. Like, what are we doing?
We contacted Melanie just to get some advice about what to do.
This is the girl who went through that.
Do you share about like your collabs and your work with her? No, she doesn't ask.
No.
So when you guys get together, you guys don't bring up anything about Robert?
Well, great, because we haven't had communication for so long, that when it started slowly trickling in, It was don't talk about it
So
anymore.
Montana, he's doing better, but he's still like looks like a sad dog.
She just started screaming. I'm just waiting for her to bring it up, for her to say, like, I know that we have our differences and everything, but I kind of think I'm in trouble. That's not saying anything. I mean, I guess you guys are just doing it for Miranda, but we're really making Robert happy, which makes me. We're playing this game. We know it's a game, but I also know how it felt to have the alternative and not ever in my life. And that is just unbearable. So, I don't know how to navigate it.
Yeah. I kind of disagree with you, Kelly, because if you continue to be nice to her, she's gonna think she's doing nothing wrong, and she's not gonna miss her family. Like, I don't know if you guys are aware, but you guys are driving the meter. Like, everybody looks to you guys to see what's going on. Speaking out on social media, it's worked. This is as far as anyone has come in bringing him down. And Robert figured out, okay, as long as she sees them, they'll stay quiet. As long as you guys are not talking, he can control her. I'm gonna keep being aggressive because Miranda is not safe. One day, I show up to church and Robert, he's in the pulpit and he's beginning to talk and he's about to make an announcement. And all of a sudden, half a dozen girls come marching in, screaming on the top of their lungs. They point at Robert, you sexually assaulted me. And they're like crying. And all you hear is like wailing, like as if someone died. Robert had been soliciting sexual favors from different women. And these women were giving it to him because he was promising the position of his wife, which is also called woman of God. But they didn't know that he had already taken wife. And then Catherine, his sister, assumes the position of being their spokesperson and says, look what you've done. You need to pay for this. You are not the man of God. So Robert comes up and he made it sound like he was seduced by the women. And he talks about how he's also human and he's a man and he has temptations and he struggles with it and asks for forgiveness. And his approach was so soft. Some people was so touched by the fact that the man of God was humble enough to admit his weakness and faults and ask for forgiveness, they stayed. But most of the girls left with Catherine. If he did not ask for forgiveness, everyone would have left. And I believed everything he said.
Oh, she still was there.
When Catherine left, Robert lost all the workers. He really needed me to recreate companies.
Yeah, wow.
He was so considerate. So even he just loved bombs. I felt like I needed to be loyal to Robert and Chicago. So I stayed.
Again.
Shortly after that, Robert said, I want you to come to my house.
Oh no.
It did not sound good. Sure enough, he started making advances towards me. And he says, he's done so much for me. I need to pay my price. Everyone has paid a price. It started out with massages.
Oh, that's disgusting.
One-on-one time.
I don't wanna hear that. That's
He
crazy.
tells me he's a man of God, and just like King David in the Bible, he's allowed to have mistresses. I want you to be my mistress.
Mel told me what was going on. And it was like, no, this is what, you gotta get out. And how soon can you get out of there? You better run from hell.
We had a date set. We're like, okay, next Thursday, we're gonna pick you up. I coordinated my exit around the time I was supposed to move out of the house to another house. But one day, Robert called me and he says, I want you to sleep with this other member. So I said,
Can you put it like that for a minute?
how many days do I have to think about this? He's like, how many days do you need? And I said 10. He goes, you have 3 days. I called Marquis and said, everything that we talked about leaving next Thursday, forget it, we're leaving tomorrow. And so I waited until everybody left. Marquis showed up with a van and a bat.
I didn't know what I was gonna do with that.
Just in case.
Just in case it came out.
If I needed to.
My plan was to pack the car up and drive to my sister and pick her up. Even though she may not want to leave, I was gonna shove her in the car. And we were gonna like kidnap my sister and take her with me.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
One of the members came back.
The car comes and blocks the van. So at that point, I'm thinking, okay, this is what I'm gonna have to use.
She goes, what are you doing? And Marquis goes, get the fuck out of the way. But my plan was broken because now she's already made the call.
Something happened. And they just moved the car. They just backed out of, out of the way.
We don't need the bed anymore.
We got the van and left.
I call my sister. I'm on my way to pick you up. I'm leaving. Come with me. She's like, no. I'm staying. I worked so hard to get to where I'm at, where I know we're not gonna go to hell.
This is the sister.
This is the sister who was like, oh, I did it for my sister. And then she got like swept into
After
it.
that, Robert instilled in me that Melanie had betrayed him. She was cursed. And he said, you're the only one that can save your sister from going to heaven.
Yeah, let's have sex.
Yeah.
Because they wronged me. It started with just massages.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
And then he goes, go closer to my thigh. Closer.
He's a pervert.
Yeah.
Closer.
We're done. Sorry guys, can you show them the nails?
So Robert asserted himself stronger towards
Hey Eric, hey everyone, perfect nail, loved it, color, thank you guys, thank you.
But I felt
All work and no play, Max Montana says. I know. Okay, I'll see you in a few. I have my next appointment.
I just need to not kill myself.
Lapis lazuli.
And until the day I die,
I don't know what is that.
do
Okay,
my
we're gonna
best.
finish the series
My
because
best at everything.
that's crazy.
Sure,
I don't like this type of stuff because I'm so scared to sleep at night. But like in the daytime, I'm okay with it.
You're in the day.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see you later, guys. I love them. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you in an hour, okay?